So welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm just going to share with you my thoughts on the upcoming Petronas Malaysia Open 2026, which actually is a Super 1000 tournament promising 12,000 points, ranking points if you are the champion. And what you can see here are all the defending champions. So the question is, can any of these players be able to win the title again? Let's find out. For the record, this is the 69th edition, and no Malaysian has actually won it since 2018. And of course, we all know who was the last winner from Malaysia. Definitely our legendary Lee Chong Wei. So in the men's singles category, it's going to be very difficult to pick uh, who will be the finalists, but probably it will be Shimichi based on his very good form, having won the Lindan's Cup and also the World Tour Finals back to back. He is definitely in great hot form. His consistency is definitely something that not many players can actually emulate for now. But I would say that the match that would be the most interesting for me in the round 32 would be Alizja against Ayush Shetty, the young player from India. Now, Alizja has been on a hiatus due to his prolonged and persistent injury, but now that he's back, so let's see whether he can restart his career with a winning with a winning form against not to say easy opponent from India. He is also another very promising young talent from India. But should any of these winner, right, should they progress to the next round, they will be facing the man on form, Shi Yuqi. Now, I have also tabulated here the number of players from each country, but I have only limited it to the countries with at least three players in the top 32. I mean, playing in the round 32. So this would actually give you a rough indication of the depth of the squad of the Thomas Cup for the Thomas Cup Challenge, which will be taking place in about 4 months' time from now. So you can see China has four um, reasonably strong players. Chinese Taipei has five. France has three. Now France is definitely will be the dark horse for the Thomas Cup, simply because they now have Christoph Popov, who has been excellent, who has been playing some excellent badmintons, being the surprise finalist in the BW World Tour finals. And they also have Alex Lanier, another very strong and formidable player. And last but not least, they also have Thomas Junior Popov. So France is definitely going to be the team to watch in the upcoming Thomas Cup. Japan still has four singles players. They may not be having a very dominant men's singles player, but they do have a few players who can definitely defeat many other top players in the world. In the women's singles, can we call these four players the next F4 or the current F4? With the departure, with the so-called retirement of Tai Zuying, right? Her place, is it going to be replaced by Wang Zi? I believe so. But yeah, now out of these four players that I've shown here, probably Chen Yufei is a little bit uh, struggling sometimes in terms of consistency, but otherwise, I do believe they are the current top four players to beat. Not to mention the few other challenges or potential challenges such as the Rachana Internav, right? He's already like past 30, but still playing some good badminton. And definitely another player would be Putri Kusuma Wadani from Indonesia. Now, as you can see, in terms of the number of representatives in the round 32, we have Japan leading the pack with 6 players, followed by China and Chinese Taipei with 5 each, and India, Korea, and Thailand has 3 each. But definitely the red hot favorite would be An Se-yong to defend her title. Over the men's doubles category, it's another very competitive category after the men's singles. Now, this would be my pick for the semi-finalists. Definitely, I'm not going to rule out Kim and Seo. Izurin and Gozofe is, well, I'm rooting for them to maybe create an upset. Most likely, they will be clashing with the winners of between Liang Weikeng and Wang Chang against Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi. But with the recent news that Izurin and Bozove has been allowed to spar with the national team of VAM, so I do hope to see some positive outcomes. And yeah, so it'll be a bit of a challenge, but yeah, they have the potential to make it to the semifinals. The bottom half, Sanvik and Chirag Tempi would be the pair who the red hot favorite, and uh, very likely their opponent could be the winners of between the young lads from the new young talents from Indonesia, Raymond Indra and Nicholas Joaquin, who will be clashing with their countrymen, Sabah and Moreza. And I do believe that the winner of this match will go all the way to the quarterfinals to clash with the Indian pair. Now you notice the absence of Aaron Chia and So Yik. Yes, I don't believe that they have the form or the ability to make it to the top four based on their current form. But if you look at the number of pairs or doubles, men's doubles, playing in the round of 32, we have Malaysia leading the pack with 7.5 players. Of course, the half is would be going pairing with Choi So Gyun. And after that, we have China and Chinese Taipei and Japan with 4 doubles each, and Indonesia has 3. But the red hot favorite would definitely be Kim and Seo to actually take this title. For the women's doubles, we have it's a bit difficult to get the F4, but my pick for the semi-final race would be Liu and Tan, Liu Shenshu and Tan for sure. Kim and Kong, very likely. They will be facing a little bit of resistance from Arisa Igarashi and Chiharu Shida, but I do believe Kim and Kong has the ability to go all the way to the semi-finals. Yuki Fukushima and Mari Lumans Squatto, I, I do believe based on their recent form, they were actually the finalists, the surprise finalists of the BW World Tour final. So their main challenger would definitely be Jiang Suxian and Jia Lifan. But should they be able to overcome that, I think semi-final is for them to take. Now, the other slot is a little bit of difficult to pick between Politan, Inamularitan against Beck and Lee, the double BW World Tour champion. So they have actually defended their World Tour Finals title successfully last month. So they seems to have rediscovered their winning form, and it will be very, very difficult for Purdy and Pina to actually get above this top Korean pair in the quarterfinals. In terms of the number of representatives, Japan leads the pack with 7, Chinese Taipei with 6, Korea and Malaysia has 3 apiece. Now, surprisingly, China only has 2 representatives, so this is definitely a huge surprise. Mixed doubles, can we say that they are the F4? I don't think so. But see, because my doubt, I think, remains with Chen and To. But out of these four, they will be the least consistent because they still can be easily defeated by a few other dangerous pairs, such as Tom and Jikel, even the Hong Kong pair, the top pair, and they could also be facing significant amount of challenge from as early as the round 32 because they will be clashing with the promising Indonesian young pair of Felicia and Jafar. So there is a potential that Felicia and Jafar can actually finally break the duck, right? Finally claim their first win against Chen and To because their past encounters has always been rather tight. So the Indonesians has the potential. But other than that, Feng and Huang, Supisara and Dechapol will have to overcome the challenge from the French pair, right? That is also quite dangerous for them. And Yasing and Jiang Zhenfang is too difficult to rule them out, right? They just have the tenacity, they just have the consistency to at least make it to the semi-final. In terms of the number of R32 pairs, Malaysia surprisingly leads the pack with five, but I think about three of the five pairs are actually in the same quarter. So that is why I said that Chen and To, if they can win the Indonesian, the semi-final is for them to take because they will be clashing with their countrymen quite likely. China and Chinese Taipei has four apiece, while India and Thailand has three apiece. So that is all for this video. Hope to also see some of the comments on my take for the first Super 1000 tournament and in fact the first BWF World Tour tournament of the year 2026. Thank you for listening.